I apologize for the really harsh lighting. I waited until it was dark to film today, and this is the best I can do. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and you don't know my face, my name is Stephanie Jean. This is my channel where I like to talk about stuff on the internet. And today, we're talking about another book. Wow, there's a shock. We're discussing Burned by Ellen Hopkins. For those of you who don't know Ellen Hopkins or her writing style, she writes in this, like, verse kind of format. This is not the first book I've read by her. I have read Crank a couple years ago and then immediately started Burned, DNF'd it, and then decided yesterday, hey, I should read this. And then I proceeded to finish it within 24 hours. So, yay for that. Proud of myself, getting on my goal. This is book number 19 of the year, and I need to talk about it. I need to also warn you right now that this is not spoiler free. I will tell you right before I get to the spoiler section of this video. But first, let's do a quick synopsis. This story follows a young girl named Patton, and it really starts before her junior year of high school, but the story actually begins her junior year of high school, and then the summer before her senior year, and then the beginning of her senior year. That's pretty much the timeline for this book. And she is raised in a Mormon household. It's not a very accurate depiction of a Mormon household, but that's not really the point, I think. Deals with her coming to terms with sexuality and desire and questioning religion, questioning the teachings of her church and her faith in her father, the relationship between her parents, her place in the world. There's a lot of questions that she has, and boy, do they kind of not get answered. If you are interested in reading this, I do want to put some trigger warnings up for you guys. I thought The Knife of Never Letting Go had thick misogyny. This has thick misogyny, okay? If you don't know what misogyny is, it's basically the general distrust of women and hatred of women and women needing to be inferior to men. Thus in this book, it also has abuse, like physical violence, domestic abuse, alcoholism, PTSD, miscarriages. I would not recommend this book for anyone under the age of, I would say 13, just because it does deal with some heavy stuff, you know? Ooh, and violence. But like more than just like the domestic abuse violence, like there's gun waving and things. If you don't like hunting, you probably shouldn't read this either. Okay, moving on. Basically, Patton gets in trouble. She's caught in a sticky situation with a boy, and her dad finds her, and then she's kind of outcast to live in the deserts of Nevada with her aunt, who's Jack Mormon. Like, she used to be Mormon and she's not anymore. Yeah, her. She lives with her for the summer and kind of finds herself, and all this stuff happens. So that's basically the premise of Burned. And that's all I can say for the non-spoiler part, because I really need to talk about what happens in this book. And if you don't care about spoilers and you're not going to read it, then feel free to stick around for the conversation. If you are planning on reading it and you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and read it. Like I said, I finished it within a day. You can read it really quickly and get back and join the rest of the conversation. What the heck? That's all I can say. I was literally so mad. My friend Bailey has read this book, and it's her favorite book by Ellen Hopkins, and she was like, oh, that one's so good, it's so good, you have to read it, which is why I was like, yeah, I'll finish it today. The ending was absolutely unnecessary. Like, I felt like the death of the baby and Ethan was absolutely ridiculous. It did not need to happen, first of all. And second of all, it left on this huge cliffhanger where, like, is she gonna kill herself? Is she gonna kill her dad? Is she gonna kill all these other people? Like, what exactly is happening? I have no idea. I was kind of really hoping for a confrontation between her dad and Ethan instead of Ethan just dying. I wanted that confrontation. I wanted to know how Ethan would handle it. I wanted to know how her dad would handle it. I wanted to see if they would get in a fight, if they would be able to talk it through, if the authorities would arrest her dad. But no, instead Ethan dies and their baby dies, and that's just not okay. What the actual heck? I kind of can't. I don't have Smoke, which is the sequel to this. I literally have so many Ellen Hopkins books. I have like 5, but I don't have Smoke, which is the one that finishes the story. As far as I know, it's at least the second one that comes after Burned, and I don't have it. Why do I keep picking up books that have sequels that I don't own? Because I'm on a book buying ban, guys. I can't do this to myself anymore. Yeah, those are just my thoughts on this book. I feel like the death of Ethan was absolutely unnecessary, and the death of their baby was even more unnecessary. She should have at least been able to keep the baby, Ellen. And that's it for this book review, and that's it for this video. So I am upset. Connect with me on social media at P_Stephanie Jean, and I will see you in another JuneTube video tomorrow. Okay, love you, bye!